Hello students, in this video we will discuss about the assignment work of chapter first, and here in this there are 18 questions and we will discuss here half of them, that is 9 questions here, and half of the questions will be discussed in next video. So let us start. In assignment work there are many questions. You have to answer these questions, answer the following. So let us take first question. Here first question is, if we apply pressure on hydrogen gas, what will be effect on distance between molecules of hydrogen gas? Then we know that the gases are compressible, and when pressure is applied on the gases, their volume reduces. And what will happen if the volume reduces? Then the distance among the molecules will reduce. So in general we can say the distance among the distance between the molecules of hydrogen gas will be reduced. So what will be our answer? You will write the answer. If we apply pressure on hydrogen gas, the distance between the molecules of hydrogen gas reduces. Okay, again listen. If we your answer will be, if we apply pressure on hydrogen gas, the distance between molecules of hydrogen gas reduces. Right? This is the answer of your question. Now let us take second question. Under what condition a gas can be liquefied? So here we know that we can reduce the interparticular space by using or applying pressure on the gases, and that is why here this is favorable condition for reduction of interparticular spaces of among the molecules of gases. This one thing is. Now next is low temperature. When we cool a gas, it can be liquefied, because when we take the energy or generally cool a gas, the energy is reduced of the molecules. The energy of the molecule reduces, and due to which their kinetic energy also reduces. And what will happen? That is why the intermolecular spaces among the molecules will reduce. So here we can say that high pressure and low temperature, these are the conditions under which gases can be liquefied. So how will you write the answer? Under the following conditions, gases can be liquefied. First point, under the high pressure. Second point, under low temperature. It means, what will be your answer? Under following conditions, gases can be liquefied. First, under high pressure. Second, under low temperature. Right? Under high pressure and in low temperature. So these are the two conditions. Now let us take third question. What is compound? Give 2 reasons to support your answer. What is compound? Water is a compound. Give 2 reasons to support your answer. Water is a compound. Give 2 reasons to support your answer. What means this? First of all, we have to here we have to give the reasons that water is a compound. So here first of all we should know what is compound. The compound are the substances which are made from two or more type of the elements, right? So here we generally know that water is made up of oxygen and hydrogen. So our first point may be, and how can we come to know that water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen? Then this is the process which is known as electrolysis of water. By the process of electrolysis of water, we see that hydrogen and oxygen gases are obtained on different electrodes. So here when we do electrolysis of water, we obtain hydrogen and oxygen. So it is clear that water is made up from oxygen and hydrogen. So this can be our first reason. Now next is when a compound is formed, the constituent elements do not show their basic nature, and the new properties of substances, the new properties are appeared. It means the general meaning of this is water is made up of oxygen and hydrogen, and there are certain different properties of the hydrogen and oxygen. But when the water is formed, the water does not show the property of hydrogen, and the water does not show the property of oxygen. So here the properties of hydrogen and oxygen is not shown by the hydrogen and oxygen when the water is formed, and the new properties of water are shown. So here hydrogen, when in the water, hydrogen and oxygens are there. Water molecule is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, but the hydrogen and oxygen lose their properties, and new properties of water are shown. So this is the two reasons. You can give these two reasons to support your answer that water is a compound. So now next thing, how can you say that water is a compound? Then what will be your answer? Here you will write answer like this, that there are following two reasons by which we can say that water is a compound. After that you will write two reasons. First, when electrolysis of water is done, oxygen and hydrogen are obtained. This shows that water is made up of oxygen and hydrogen. This will be your first point. What will be first point? When electrolysis of water is done, hydrogen and oxygen gases are obtained. This shows that water is made up from oxygen and hydrogen. Clear? Now, second point, hydrogen and oxygen from which the water molecule is formed do not show their own property. Hydrogen and oxygen molecules from which water molecule is formed do not show their own property. But new properties of water is are shown, but new properties of water are shown. Here, these are the two reasons. What will be the second one? Hydrogen and oxygen molecule do not show their own property, but at the place of this, they show the new properties of water. So these are the two reasons you can write in support of your answer that water is a compound, right? This is how you will write the answer. Now write this answer. Next question 4. The wool being knitted into sweater. The wool is being knitted into sweater is a physical change. Justify the statement. It means someone makes the sweater from wool, and you have to justify that. You have to prove that it is a physical change. So what can we do? Let us think. First of all, we should know what is the meaning of physical change. In the physical change, only form is changed, only shape or form is changed, but no chemical change takes place. There is no change in the chemical property. So in physical change, only form or shape is changed, but there is no change in the chemical properties. So let us see this statement on the basis of this principle, this fact. So what can we conclude here? There is wool thread. It may be fiber like, it may be thread. It is a long thread like a structure, wool. But when it is knitted, when wool is knitted, it forms the bulky sweater. It means what happens here? The wool threads are knitted to form a sweater. It means only physical form, only form is being changed here. Only form is being changed here. It means woolen is form of thread, while sweater is in the form of cloth or bulky clothes. Clear? Which can be weared. So here we can say here only change in shape is taking place. That is why we can say the conversion of wool into the sweater is a physical change. So how will you write the answer? Wool is fiber. When it is knitted, the bulky mass of sweater is obtained, bulky cloth sweater is obtained, and this is only the change in the shape of the wool. Here wool is fiber like, but when it is knitted, it becomes bulky in the form of sweater. But there is no any chemical change. That is why the wool being knitted into sweater is a physical change, right? Now I think you have understood what will be the answer. How will you write this? When wool is knitted into the sweater, the wool is in the form of fiber, but when it is knitted, it forms the bulky mass of sweater, bulky cloth of sweater, and this is the only change in the physical shape. This is long thread like a structure, this is the bulky mass. So but there is no change in the chemical nature of wool. That is why conversion of wool into the sweater is physical change, right? Now we can take the next question. Which physical state has maximum kinetic energy out of solid, liquid and gaseous state? You know very well that gases have maximum, the molecules of gases have maximum kinetic energy. So you will write you will write your answer. Among solid, liquid and gaseous state, the gaseous state has maximum kinetic energy. This will be your answer. Among solid, liquid and state, gaseous state has maximum kinetic energy. This will be your answer. Now let us see next question, question number 6. Why can't we cut a stream of water with fingers easily? So we know that water is a fluid, and what is the meaning of fluid? Fluid can flow. That is why when we try to cut the stream of water with finger, as we put the finger into the water stream, the water is separated, but as soon as we remove the water, due to fluidity, the water flows again and fills the gap. That is why we can't cut the stream of water with finger. So in general, simple terms, you can say, due to the fluidity, what will be your answer? When the water is a fluid, that is why it can flow. So when we try to cut the stream of water with finger, when we put the finger into the stream, the water is separated, and as we remove the finger from the water, the gap is filled by the water, because the water flows and fills the gap. That is why we can conclude that due to the property of fluidity of water, we can't cut a stream of water with finger. Right? So this will be your answer. How can you write this? I have explained it to you. Now in your own words you can write the answer. Now next thing, what is the fifth state of matter? Okay, this will be the simple answer. Bose-Einstein condensate. Bose-Einstein condensate, BEC, back in the bracket BEC. Bose-Einstein condensate is the fifth state of matter. Now we take the next question, question number 8. When we make tea, coffee, lemonade, particles of one type of matter diffuse into particles of other one. Here we know that in these three things, tea, coffee, lemonade, two things are there. One thing is solid and one or more things. There are solids and liquids. Clear? And we know that the liquids have more interparticular spaces among them. When we make tea, coffee, lemonade, when we take the solid sugar, then sugar is dissolved, the molecules are separated, and the molecules of sugar are set among the spaces of molecules of liquid. So here the molecules of solid sugar diffuse into the molecule of water, and diffuse into the water or lemon juice, etc., whatever liquid is there. So here one portion is liquid and one portion is second component of this thing is solid. So solid molecule are separated and they settle among the molecules of liquids, because there is huge interparticular space among the molecules of liquids. So here one type of the matter diffuse into particles of other type of the matter. Clear? This is how now you can write your answer. When we make tea, coffee, lemonade, particles of solid substance like sugar settle into the interparticular space among the molecules of liquid. This is how the diffusion of one matter into another matter takes place. It means here the solid particles are diffused into the liquid particles. Clear? And one thing is also there, when we make tea, coffee, we mix it properly or heat it, due to which solid particles are broken down into their particles. Solid materials like sugar is broken down into their molecules, and these molecules settle among the interparticular spaces of liquids. Clear? This is how you can write the answer, right? So you will write the answer in your own words, right? Now let us define latent heat of fusion. Its answer has been given on page number 15. Here, latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion. You will write the heading latent heat of fusion and you will write the definition. The amount of heat energy that required to change 1 kilogram of a solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is known as the latent heat of fusion. The amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kilogram of a solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is known as the latent heat of fusion. You will write the example. This is your definition, and you will write the example. Latent heat of fusion of ice is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram, right? Here, this is your example. Here we have discussed your 9 questions of assignment work. The rest of the 9 questions will be discussed in the next video.